Oh, is he going to the bathroom? We started rolling.
Oh, good. No, we're going. We're rolling. AJ's in the bathroom. Let's talk shit about him and stuff. He's great.
He is
Who
good.
was that guy?
He's one of my closest friends. I've known him for a long time.
I like when he does all the voices.
He's good at voices.
What have you hated when he did voices?
I don't like it, but I thought it would sound nice if I said I liked it.
He could probably do the thing in Scream 3 where they have the voice changer. Ghostface has the voice changer. AJ could probably have done that.
He could have done all the impressions. They're like, oh, it's either the killer's either Jiminy Glick
or
Mike Myers from Cat in a Hat.
Or Michael J. Fox.
Has someone done that? Has someone done that where someone just re-edited lines from Cat in the Hat to be like the phone rings? Who is it? Hello, and it's just Cat in the Hat lines.
Like re-edited a movie.
Yeah, remember when that was like the biggest thing ever? It's like if you could re-edit movie footage to be something that it's not, it will go viral. That is a guarantee.
Yeah. Or re-edit something as a horror movie,
which exists for Cat in the Hat. That's a thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying use lines from Cat in the Hat, put it in Scream as though he's on the other end of the phone.
I'm saying use lines from Cat in the Hat, put it in Hamnet.
In Hamnet?
Yeah.
I'm saying use lines from Cat in a Hat and put it into Apollo 13 when they're talking to NASA, the control center.
Yeah. Can't think of any lines from Apollo 13 to follow that up with.
Houston, we have a problem.
Well, I mean, like other than that one. Hello.
Oh,
quick to the slow.
Cat in the Hat at Mission Control. They wouldn't have made it back.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he would have given them so much bad advice.
I have the Cat in the Hat game for PlayStation 2 on my Steam Deck. And I want you to know I downloaded it illegally. And I'm ready to play it if someone wants to see that.
Are we going to do a gameplay of Cat in the Hat?
That's what I'm saying. Do we want to do a gameplay on what sick bastards out there would pay to see us? Would they pay to get us not to play Cat in the Hat?
We should put a special tier of the Patreon that is an exorbitant amount of money and put it behind that.
We've already done that.
The $5 tier.
Yeah.
The best part about it is if you think my impression of Cat in the Hat's bad, wait till you hear the one in the video game.
You're just bitter because you didn't get the part.
I know. I think I was 14 when that came out. Although was I talking to you guys about this? I'm credited as Barry B. Berenson from B Movie on my IMDb, like long before. I don't remember when that movie came out. It was like 2001 or something. But somehow on my IMDb, it says that I did the Jerry Seinfeld B voice for that video game when I was in like high school.
Why does it do that?
I don't know. Someone just added it. And it's funny. I was doing an interview with someone where they're like, so you've done a lot of things. You did Barry B. I think it's Barry B. Berenson. I don't remember his name.
There's an iconic line. This is apparently the iconic line that Barry B. Berenson says, "You like jazz. Can you do
You like jazz?
Oh, you like he goes like that. He goes, you like jazz?
That sounded better.
That's way better.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying
Can someone change the IMDb, please?
No.
Can we update the IMDb?
Do not change it. If anything, make it stronger. Double down on
Willems
it.
Put it to me.
Oh, God. Here's a great line from that movie. We're very proud of you, son, and a perfect report card. All B's.
I do.
So does he have sex with that woman?
Yeah, absolutely.
He does. I haven't
pollinates.
Seen it. He does. They do make love.
Welcome to Answer For It. I'm Elyse Willems. This is a comedy podcast disguised as a trivia podcast.
Wait, would he call it making love? Or are they in love?
Yeah, bees call it making love.
Oh, okay.
A podcast where I give trivia questions and the answers don't really matter. It's the comedy how we
You
get
said
there.
it a better way before. There was an episode a while ago where you're like, it's the fun we have along the way.
Journey.
And I think that's beautiful.
It's the crap. It's like a slug. You sometimes you see the slug and other times you see the little stuff it left behind. That's this podcast.
That's the magic.
It's the challenge of being an insect and bedding a human woman.
How do you think he did that?
It's not the gratuitous feeling of climaxing. It's the
gratuitous.
It's the effort
It's the
of
chase.
that bee to fuck that lady.
Do you think she let him smoke a little cigarette?
after.
Could I get into that? I feel like it would burn his face off.
It's a tiny pea-sized cigarette.
It'd be a tiny ember.
Yeah.
That he'd wrap in some toilet
But
paper.
what if she like held the cigarette up to him and it's just wings catch? I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Answer For It. I'm Elyse.
What's the deal with prophylactic?
Do you ever watch videos from Formula One crashes or stuff where it's the invisible fires, so you can't see the fires?
I have seen that before. Yeah.
Do you just do that at 3 a.m. sometimes?
No.
I don't do that for fun, no.
Is it
but
fuel
I have
fire?
something, yeah.
You got to turn out all the lights to really see it. So it's just like somebody's on fire, but it looks like it's invisible.
Oh my God. That's like an Abbott and Costello movie where he's like, Abbott, I'm on fire.
So the
but nobody believes him.
The pit crew and the responders are just trying to put out a fire they can't see.
That's
crazy.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Wow.
What does that have to do with
How did we get here?
Well, is that what you're saying B movie was like? Was like being invisibly on fire? Is you as the witness to the only person who saw the movie can't convey to others the pain you're experiencing?
That's how you know you've been pollinated.
But remember, when I saw it, I had like 103-degree fever or whatever.
That's the only way to see that. I thought it was
funny. But then,
Yeah.
When famous film critics... Oh, wait, I should introduce everyone.
Oh.
Nah, it's fine.
Zach, James, AJ.
Yeah.
Elyse.
When famous film critics Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert reviewed The Truman Show, they not only gave the film 2 thumbs up, but also did what?
Kissed.
Finally.
Yeah. Blew raspberries on each other's tummies afterwards. Do you remember that?
People don't like that you say tummy, AJ.
Why?
It bothers them.
Why would they need to be more comfortable?
Blew raspberries on his abdomen.
Abdomen. I don't know, because abdomen sounds like a thing you do to a spider, and no one wants to blow raspberries on a spider's abdomen.
Say that Siskel blew raspberries on Ebert's abs.
On his hard abs. Known for having a six-pack, both of them. They'd give 2 thumbs up, but then 12 abs.
That's how James should review movies.
It's just flex. It's just a hard cut into your abs.
How many abs up do you give him?
But I don't understand.
You'd have to isolate. It'd be 1 out of 6.
How am I deciding which abs go to which?
Well, it'd be like a music grid, like when you hear a sound and it has that like little graph. You have to flex.
Does it go like? Is it? So it's non-symmetrical? It'd be like bing, 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 bing.
I guess.
Like a Tetris piece.
Well, how many defined abs would you say you have?
I don't know. 4.
No, more than that.
See. Let me count them.
There's only.
Let me count them.
There's only like 6, so 4 is pretty good.
Nah, I think you got 6.
I think that there are 2 extra ones.
A lot of people confuse their rib cage with abs sometimes.
Is that what I've been looking at?
When they think, oh, there's a bunch of abs up there, it's mostly your rib cage pushing through. It's not really abs.
We're getting away from the subject. Tummy.
Yeah, what does this have
kisses.
to do with
tummy
bees
kisses
having sex with women?
Yeah. What's up with intercourse between bees and women?
There was something, it was humbling for them, but something they also
I honestly don't remember. Oh, Siskel and Ebert.
They apologized to Jim Carrey for calling him a sham.
You know, honestly, that's probably what it is.
They
Apologize
said,
for
we were too harsh. We judged ye too harshly.
But this is remember, this is a comedy podcast, guys.
Who said that? It was a journey podcast, a podcast about journeying, I believe.
It was the snail shit.
Yes, that's what it was. We're a snail trail podcast.
Yeah, remember, we established last week that the Piggy of the Podcast Award goes to correct answers, but then the weekly James Willems Award for Excellence in American Humor.
I don't ever need that.
Hold on.
I just need piggies.
I think Zach just said something better, is you'd be the snail because you left a trail of joy along the way.
Ugh.
What do you mean, ugh? It's better than the James Willems Award for defecation or whatever you came up with.
No.
I don't like, a snail is way cuter.
Wait, let's pause for a second on that, though. The James Willems Award for defecation. How do I get that?
It feels like James does shit out an answer. That's why.
And I will say, I do notice a lot that James will often lead with the first answer. And I think he does this because he wants to give everybody else a little bit of time to think on their answers. So he shoulders the weight and he says, I'm going to defecate out an answer.
Oh, I always feel like
I
crap out the quick guesses. Like I just throw something stupid out. So I'm glad you think it's him.
I'm the Atlas of this podcast.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to think before you speak.
Nope.
But you know, Zach, if there is a silence, AJ will fill it.
Yeah. Any sort of gap.
See,
gotta fill it.
Just then.
Go ahead. Go. I don't like that.
See, he hates it. So you need to keep talking, otherwise he'll jump into it. And so that's sometimes what happens.
I see it as a big hula hoop.
So you think
Gotta
the
fill it.
Snail Trail Award,
Snail trail, because you left a beautiful snail mucusy trail of joy.
the AJ LoCascio
No,
Tummy
none of
Kisses
this.
Snail
Don't attribute
Trail.
it. This is a generic snail.
Oh.
It's the Turbo Fast Award. We all remember that movie?
Turbo, yeah.
Yeah, Turbo.
I remember
Turbo
the
Snail
TV series
Trail.
more.
That was the first DreamWorks
All right.
series.
Well, I'll make a note here, Snail Trail Award, but I don't know if that's going to stick.
I
That's very
think
sticky.
It's or slippery.
the James Willems Award for Beef Boy Award for excellence in comedy and satire is gonna stick. I think people are gonna love
People
that
are
one.
gonna love that.
Did they reveal that they had never been wearing pants the whole time? Because they
Who?
always had Siskel and Ebert. They're always sitting in like the second row of something, and they said 2 thumbs up, and we wanted to make sure everybody knows. And they stood up to reveal that they've just been in tidy whities the whole time,
I think they just had towels draped over their laps like they were in a sauna together.
and they were moist.
That's actually really close. What happened was they put the puppets down and the real Siskel and Ebert stood
Oh.
up. They'd been puppeteering
Yeah.
silicone versions of themselves the entire time. And that was the first time we got the real Siskel and Ebert. Identical.
I actually remember this because it was such a big moment. They said, I was going to give this 2 thumbs up, and Ebert was like, I was going to give it 2 thumbs up too, but I don't think it's enough. So we brought a man with half a thumb for an extra thumb. And it was like the only time they'd ever done it. They love it so much. And we brought a guy who accidentally chopped off half his thumb as he was cutting a tomato.
Oh, I thought
John
it was
Rhys
going to be
Davies.
a Korean War veteran or
Yeah.
something.
Well,
But we didn't see the person that just showed up in front of their faces like this from off camera.
yep. And it was the first person with a digit difference on network TV.
Double D.
Okay.
Imagine if Siskel and Ebert had pissed off some mob boss. His daughter wants to be an actress, so he makes funds a movie for her.
Break your fucking thumbs.
But they give it a disparaging review.
No, my
He breaks
thumbs.
he breaks their thumbs. We see them
That's all
next
I
time.
have.
Yeah.
Their thumbs were bandaged up.
I'm going to take away everything you have.
It's really
I'm gonna
nice
destroy
that
your
even
empire.
when Ebert couldn't speak, his main way of communicating was already thumb based.
He thought of that.
Which is it's kind of a tragic irony, right?
To be fair, he wrote a lot of stuff too.
No, it was
He was mostly a writer.
He's never said anything about a movie. It's just they don't even have talking.
Wait, do you mean they
talking segments on that show? It's just we watch a clip and then they go like this. That's it.
He's like, I have some bad news. I have cancer. I might lose the ability to speak. And the producer on the other said, but can we still make the show? Yes, thank God it's just your thumbs, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
How are you picturing their show went? Would it show like the movie poster and then it would fade into them going?
Just clips. Just
And
a
then
lower
another-
third with
yeah.
some information, the director,
And
some of the
then
actors.
Roper, because at this point it was Ebert and Roper. He was like, "Well, I can talk," and they were like, "No,
No. Thumbs
When
only.
they were like,
Thumbs
and then when
only.
they were like 2 thumbs. Remember, it used to be 2 thumbs way up.
Way up.
They had to go like this.
But that was
off
for, like-
camera. Couldn't even see it.
That, it was like Wesley Snipes' high kicks. You got to lower those thumbs.
I really liked Siskel and Ebert."
I loved them too.
Yeah,
I never agree with them on movies necessarily, but this one, I remember the right answer was they did apologize to Jim Carrey. They called him a clown with class. And I was one of the most, they were like, we didn't get it. It was wrong. You know, my only regret with this is that they didn't get a chance to come around on Chris Farley because they thought he was so terrible, right?
yeah.
But I bet
with class.
They apologized to him for saying that he would never have a career when they panned Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, they were way off. Now he's making replicants of himself, sending them out to red carpets.
All right, next question. Rank the riches of these Richards, aka how much dough does Dick have?
okay.
God.
Sorry.
Rank the riches of these Richards, aka how much dough does Dick have? List the estimated net worth of these famous Richards from lowest to highest. And I'll give you all the Richards.
Okay.
Okay.
You're giving me the Richards right
Michael
now.
Richards.
Richard Gere, actor.
Yeah. We know.
Richard Branson, rich man.
Okay.
Dick Van Dyke, actor. Dick Wolf, executive producer.
Just those four?
So it's Richard Gere, Richard Branson,
Funny
Dick Van
answer
Dyke,
first.
and Dick Wolf.
All right, guys. Funny answer first. Who do we think is the tallest?
Well, by today's standards, I'm going to say Richard Branson's probably the shortest. He's got short man energy.
He does have short man energy.
Yeah.
But Dick Wolf also might have short
Or
man energy.
like he looks like a man who found an amulet and was originally a goat, and then it's like, oh, you get to be a man as long as you wear this necklace.
A goat that found an amulet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is funny because that's actually Dick Wolf. Have we ever seen Dick Wolf? I imagine like Dick Wolf only comes out at night when the moon is round.
he might be secretly tall like Michael Crichton.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
Oh God, that's really tough.
Yeah, are we talking
But can
Dick
tall
Wolf?
people be rich, or
I think
can you be
statistically
tall
they are.
and rich?
I think statistically they are.
Tall people are rich?
Statistically,
But
tall
it's a
people do
break
better
point,
in life.
probably. But there's probably a break point with billionaires. I bet billionaires are shorter on average
I'm going to guess that.
because they are compensating.
Who do you think the richest one is, and who do you think
Branson.
the poorest one is?
Okay.
Branson is the richest one.
Yeah, he's
He's a billionaire. And
I
the
think-
poorest is Richard Gere in spirit.
yeah,
But he's got that
he's a
pretty woman
Buddhist,
money.
so he's not chasing money.
Yeah. What was it? It was
It was Gere, Branson, Van Dyke, and
Van
Wolf.
Dyke.
I'm gonna go Gere, Van Dyke, and Dick Wolf, and then Branson.
That would be my guess as well.
What's some of the logic there?
What is the logic?
Yeah, what's kind of the logic?
I would say that Dick Van Dyke has managed to accumulate wealth over like
a literal
100
decade.
years.
Yeah. Or not decade. a century.
Yeah.
Century.
For 100 years. And so that
And
probably
he could have gotten in on the ground floor of like, I'm investing in beans. And like,
before beans were invented,
Yeah.
he was one of the first people to get behind beans.
Remember when we found those?
I remember it was
That
a big deal.
in the Willems household.
Richard Branson is a known billionaire. Dick Wolf, I would say, has his television empire, which is probably worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And
What else does he do? I mean, we know he does the Law and Order, right?
Yeah.
What else?
There's like 50 Law and Orders that have been on TV for forever. So I would say there's probably worth.
Is it all different Law and Order?
When the
that's right,
moon
there's
is full, a new Law and Order.
a new Law and Order
Yeah.
appears. Yes. Oh, he can only be killed with a silver bullet. You know, that's why he's been around for 400 years.
The only thing is whether or not Gere is secretly like, you know how Kevin Costner has all of those weird experimental side projects? Like he made a ton of money when the Gulf spilled because he owned a company that cleans oil water, you know, like
Wait, Kevin
And I've
Costner?
gone-
Kevin Costner.
I've like gone into Target and seen he's like selling pudding and stuff.
Hold on. Kevin Costner sells pudding?
I think it might be coffee, but I thought pudding.
Because
was-
pudding would be very exciting. As fellow pudding fans, as we would be, this is a big deal. Do you
Would
think
I eat Richard Gere's pudding though? I don't know.
what are we talking about?
Rank the Richards in order.
I'm going to
of
go, I'm going to
richness.
change it, Zach. I'm going to go Dick Van Dyke poorest just because it's probably mostly through his acting, which wasn't that much. Then I'm going to go Gere because he probably is an investor in some sort of thing that we don't realize that's worth a lot. Then I'm going to go Wolf. Then I'm going to go Branson.
I'm going to say sequel to Waterworld, Pudding World, where the entire earth is covered in pudding now because Kevin Costner's gone hog wild with his pudding empire. And they can't find dry graham cracker land anywhere.
Oh man, it would be so. Even as a fish man, it would be real hard to
Real
swim
hard.
through,
And then you're
swim through pudding.
the evil marinade.
It clogs up
The
your jet ski.
marinade? Wait, so he'd be the marinade?
Oh no, sorry, the mariner is the good guy.
Well, then the deacon. But what would the deacon be? He would be Dick Wolf. It would just be Dick Wolf.
Bill Cosby.
Oh,
my God.
because he eats pudding?
Well, if we're
I guess he
there's
does
a
have the-
pudding villain.
He keeps turning all the pudding into pops. And so
There's other stuff he does too.
I would like
I don't
to
know about
the
it.
difference in like how much is Jello pudding selling today versus in the Cosby era.
The stocks.
It's
you know.
Well, there was
Probably
also more products by Jello. Like we had the pudding pops, and we had all the. But you can't, it's funny, you can't say it
can't.
without doing the
Yeah.
cadence. Like I just said it normally, and I said the pudding pops. It came out in a way that I wouldn't have expected. Ghost Dad,
First movie I saw in a movie theater.
the song, and maybe I've said this. The "Don't stand so close." I always thought that was Ghost Dad, Ghost Dad, so close to me. As a kid, I always thought that was the lyrics.
Wow.
I was dumb.
Kind of was.
Anyway,
that tracks. That tracks because you're kind of person who hears something and doesn't rely on any context of the things around it to
you
figure
complain
out
about this
what
often.
it is.
Yes.
You just go, I heard something. That must be what it is.
Well, I
And
was also 3.
I really like Pudding World.
I'm going to say Pudding World, richest dick.
Pudding Planet.
There we
Pudding
go. It got
Planet.
brighter in here when you said that.
Mhm.
Pudding Planet.
James was right.
What?
James was right, especially when he went and he revised his answer to then swap Dick Van Dyke for Richard Gere. I don't know where Richard Gere gets his money from, but here is the net worth of these men per Google. At 4th place, Dick Van Dyke, $50 million net worth.
fresh.
Richard Gere, $120 million net worth.
Yeah. Mob
I
stuff.
don't think so.
Dick Wolf, $1 billion, and then Branson, $2.8 billion.
Yeah. Dick Wolf, that's
Branson's
more than I
only
thought.
got 2.8 billion, and he's always throwing water on people.
Yeah, but do you know how much more money that is than $1 million? It's 2.7.
Yeah, we
million.
do, actually.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
James gets Piggy the podcast for that, but I'm going to say AJ gets the AJ LoCascio Snail Trail Award.
I don't think he even answered it.
He
He
said the
talked
pudding's-
about Pudding World.
Pudding World.
Yeah, I love that.
No,
He didn't even answer the question in a
I
funny
abandoned
way.
it and took my own raft into the middle of Waterworld into Pudding
He
World.
sloshed his way through a pudding river to get to.
Excuse me, Pudding Planet. A pudding ocean. What would be the atoll? Would it just be a graham cracker crust? Yeah, just like a little graham cracker floating in the middle.
A marshmallow.
Ah, beautiful marshmallow. We don't really put marshmallows in pudding, do we? Oh, one tapioca.
Mm.
One little, the aoka.
That's the whole thing. Does tapioca exist? It's
The
all chocolate pudding, and then it's like
I was picturing vanilla the whole time.
I've heard there's. Oh, you were thinking vanilla.
I was thinking vanilla pudding because it would be bright like Waterworld because it's a very bright movie. Waterworld's a weird
There's
movie.
blue Jello.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But we're talking about Pudding World.
In Japan,
Yep.
the police may use a technique called the Burrito Punishment when dealing with violent or intoxicated individuals. What does this refer to? The Burrito Punishment that
I mean,
the
this
police
They
use.
all stand around them, squat down with their butts facing the perpetrator, and they just start farting at them in a circle.
And
Crap.
so they have preloaded with burritos.
Yeah, they loaded up on burritos.
All
James, I don't like it when you work blue.
I only work blue.
I also like that you buried the key piece of that, which was that they had to eat burritos to do
To
that.
blast them.
Like you were just like, they start farting on this guy.
It's there. Blast them.
And then
They don't
after-
carry guns, so they have a holster with a burrito in it. And as soon as
Oh.
things start getting intense, they pull it out. They say, "Don't make me eat this. Don't make me eat this."
Please.
And then they start chewing it down and tackle the person, and then start farting on them.
I do that
Huh.
to James. Don't make me eat this. Don't make me eat this.
Mhm.
I mean, the burrito punishment is what you guys do, except in various forms after the podcast, is you go eat something that punishes your bodies. Is that what it is? Do they force the perpetrator or whatever it is to go to Wendy's or
no, it's real cute what they
In-N-Out?
do. This
oh,
we have a blanket that's like a tortilla. So they wrap them up. They wrap them up like a tortilla, a little burrito. If they're gonna be disorderly or whatever, they're like, "Oh, we gotta make sure all your limbs you're not smacking people or getting out of hand. So we're gonna calm you down by making you a burrito."
Wrap them real tight.
Yeah,
I think that's legitimately the
Oh
answer.
yeah, that seems like the legitimate answer.
Yeah, but then who's
Is
the
to
guy
wrap 'em
who's
up.
like, in Lord of the Rings when the guy's running with the torch towards the thing and blows it up towards Helm's Deep, but it's one guy who's always carrying a big soft blanket. And they're like, we got to subdue this guy. And a big dude runs in with a
Oh, it's
comforter
the most giant Japanese dude you've
Yeah.
ever seen. He's so buff and
because they got to wrap that dude.
Why would they call it the burrito punishment? I
Because
feel
they
like they
like
have,
burritos.
they have sushi though.
But in Japan, it sounds cool.
Yeah, but don't they have? I've never had a burrito in Japan. I feel like it's probably not as good as it is here. But don't they have other things
Whoa.
that are often wrapped tight that would serve the place of a burrito better than using the term burrito punishment?
Sushi's not wrapped tight. Burritos are like,
Not that wrapped tight. You've never made sushi. You got to put the bamboo down and you roll it over real tight.
yeah.
I would say it's tighter than a burrito.
But when I eat it, I'm thinking, what a tightly packed thing.
That's how tight it is.
When I eat a Chipotle burrito, I'm afraid it's like when there's a bomb threat and they walk up to it cautiously. That's how I approach Chipotle. Like you rip that thing, it's going to explode
I
everywhere.
wish burritos were tighter, honestly. Too loose.
Yeah.
I don't like when
You
I
get a
wish-
procedure to tighten your burrito. these days.
A burrito lift?
Yeah. Anyway, what? Zach's right, isn't he?
Zach is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets the James Willems.
No.
Beef
No, that's
Boy
the
Award
one. That's
for
not. That's
excellence.
Nah, he's a piggy.
The piggy
Oh,
is getting it.
I was confused now.
I gotta start being funny.
It's a de-escalation technique used against violent or highly intoxicated individuals where they are wrapped tightly in large blankets or futons resembling a burrito or a sushi roll. It's used to restrain people, and it's to avoid using violent methods like chokeholds or tackling. They just calmly wrap them up.
I mean, also at a certain point, you're all giggling. Like, everyone's laughing. It's just because you can't not feel silly and be like, come on.
Yeah. It's
you're
a team
like,
building exercise.
I'm a little burrito. Say it.
Do you think
I
there's ever
love it when they sober up in the morning. You get to spin them out of the burrito.
Yeah. Raise your arms.
I feel like I'd lose my mind trapped in that all night. I wish there was a time where they're like, get them. And then they all jump in and it's a big cloud, a smoke cloud, and you just see hands. And then they wrap the person up, except that what actually happens is the person slinks away on their belly. And then when the smoke fades, you realize they're all wrapped up in the burrito now.
Love it.
That'd be a funny little prank for Wile E. Coyote to wrap himself up in or something. I don't know.
I think that happens in Aladdin. That exact thing happens in Aladdin.
If it were me, I'd probably accidentally drop my baton or something and it would get rolled up with the guy.
Oh, no.
And he'd be like, ooh, a baton.
It's like Kramer with the M&M or the Raisin.
I can kind of feel it between my legs.
At the James Willem Awards for Best Boys or Best Beef Boys, do they show all the James Willems that died that year?
The in memoriam?
Yeah, in memoriam of all the James Willems. But is it you in different forms?
They just show all the jokes that didn't work.
Oh, it's you making faces, like really trying
They're not all my jokes. Let's be clear. They're not all my jokes. The award's just named after me. So there'd be pictures of your jokes failing there too. And I wouldn't even blame you because I blame the judges who gave you the award that episode. Okay? So
do you not want these awards?
No, he tried to throw me under the bus.
I'm saying the Silly Snail
and I'm saying
Award.
this belongs to the person who voted for the winner of that award that episode.
Look, a lot of my jokes fall flat. So if you want, I can make it my award.
I don't even know if I've ever made a joke on this podcast, have I?
No, you take it pretty seriously.
Yeah, you're actually too serious.
You take it very seriously.
It's like sitting next to a fucking funeral over here.
It's like sitting next to a James Willems weekly Beef Boy in memoriam.
To a funeral? Like you just go outside the church and set up a chair?
Yeah.
Sitting next to a
calms her down.
Fucking
like a horse. Like that's the only thing, like singing to a beast. She loves sitting pulling up a lawn chair next to a funeral.
I got lawn seats for this funeral.
In 2009, EA released the Godfather II video game.
Hell yeah.
They included a special promotional gift item with copies sent to the press. Soon after, they learned that it's illegal to ship said item across several states, including California, where EA is based, and had to beg recipients to send the item back. What was it?
A full-size cat. Fluffy cat that you can pet.
The evil maniacal villain could have.
Well, it wasn't necessarily.
I mean, you can't ship
Marlon Brando.
animals, right? That's illegal. That's got to. Well,
you can ship animals, I believe.
For the USPS?
Yes, I'm pretty sure you can, and that's wildly inhumane. But I'm
Can you ship?
very sure you can.
I mean, anyone can, but are you allowed to?
Very sure.
I'm very sure.
What's coming to you right now?
Well, one of my friends had to ship their lizard through the mail, and I don't know if it was USPS or if there's some sort of special branch that deals with that specifically, but they had a bearded dragon. I don't know why this had to happen. Also, you could get a fucking monkey in the mail back in the 50s. You can go on the back of a comic book and order a monkey in a teacup and receive it in a box. Like that was, I don't know if it's still legal.
So you can ship day-old poultry under 24 hours old, adult birds under 25 pounds, bees, beneficial insects, and some reptiles and fish.
Yeah.
Wow.
But what about, so, I mean, I don't think it's legal anymore to ship monkeys, but like literally if you look in the back of a comic book, you could just be like, oh, $1. And you could buy a monkey. It was called Monkey in a Teacup. Please Google Monkey in a Teacup.
Sea monkeys?
Monkey
No, they're real monkeys.
This is going to make me feel bad, I know.
Yeah. Monkey in a Teacup. It was as someone who grew up with a dad who read comic books, I would constantly hear about the fact that you could buy a monkey in a teacup and he wanted one.
Why is it called Monkey in a Teacup?
Because it was so small it could fit in a teacup, and the picture was a black and white image of a monkey sitting in a teacup.
Yeah, Animal Farm Company of Miami Beach, Florida promised delivery of a genuine live squirrel monkey to anyone sending them $18.95 plus postage due on delivery.
The hell's a squirrel monkey?
You question my knowledge of teacup monkey?
No, we
How dare
assumed
you?
it was something that
How
existed and
dare
you
you?
knew about.
My
but-
dad's told a lot of tall tales, but he actually had evidence to back this one up because he found an old comic with the monkey in it and went, it's real.
What the hell is a squirrel monkey?
Small monkey.
Yeah, Jeff Tuttle in the 1970s, this man, Jeff Tuttle, he ordered this monkey. It came to the post office. He carried the monkey home, brought it to his basement where he expected it to join his menagerie of rabbits and gerbils. Rather than settle in, the monkey began using the plumbing pipes as a jungle gym. When Tuthill grabbed it, the monkey began gnawing on his arm like a drill press.
Hell yeah. Let's go, monkey.
He received 28 stitches.
What happened to the monkey? I thought you were going to say the monkey ate and killed all the, which is the monkey's right at this point. The monkey was brought in a box to a strange place.
Team
it
monkey.
can do whatever it wants.
Team Monkey.
None of the ads mentioned 2 common squirrel monkey traits: throwing feces and frequent masturbation.
Oh.
Well, what's frequent though?
Those are the first 2 rules of Fight Club.
What's frequent?
Yeah, how often is too much for a
It
monkey?
doesn't say on this article.
I can tell you.
Can you imagine though if that was in the ad for $18.95?
Frequent masturbation guaranteed.
And throws feces. Yeah.
If it doesn't jerk off at least 3 times a day, we'll get you
Your money back. Mail them back. We'll send you another.
What did EA have to beg the press back that they sent them?
The monkey. It was the monkey for sure.
Teacup squirrel monkey.
Teacup squirrel monkey.
We didn't know.
But it was dressed like Don Corleone.
Yeah.
He's a little monkey. How dare you send me through USPS?
You sent me to your PS on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Was it like, did they include a knife or something? Was
Just
it
send everyone a gun.
Yeah,
Weapon.
it's gonna be a gun.
A gun?
It's gonna be a gun, but like a replica gun. Which for reasons I know you can't. It's not super. You're not supposed to send those through the mail. As someone who's received many resin guns in the mail.
James has an awesome replica gun. The
the 007
Yeah.
golden gun?
Yeah, but you received that in person,
In person,
and
yeah.
brought it over county lines.
did we cross county
I don't think we
lines?
crossed
think
counties.
so.
No,
But it's a non-functioning thing.
That's
It's
it's
carved
it's-
out of
But
a block
it's
of
very
gold or
cool.
whatever. Yeah.
Very cool from Sideshow.
Yeah.
It is. I think it's challenging to get a replica gun, like an airsoft gun and stuff, in certain states.
Still seems like obviously wrong. This feels like something.
I mean, if it was a branded horse head or something.
Oh,
A real horse head?
Horse head. Well,
Yeah.
this is Godfather 2.
I know.
Yeah, what happens to Godfather 2?
Well, the
There's,
video game, it's the video game Godfather 2, though. So I think it's the sequel to the video game, not an adaptation of the second film.
Wait, hold on. Is that how that game worked? Like there was
Yeah.
it was a sequel to the first Godfather movie?
I don't know
I
how.
don't know.
Can we play through this game?
The first Godfather game, I think you played as like a low-level thug in Don Corleone's army.
Why are you talking like that?
Because that's how they sound in the
Okay,
movie.
it intersects with the plot of the film, but it's not like a
Yeah.
direct adaptation of the film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like the Scarface game where you play as Scarface.
So it's like not Path of Neo, but the other one where you play
Enter the
as
Matrix.
Yeah. So it's exactly like that, where you run parallel to it.
Yeah.
You guys basically danced around it, but you didn't quite get exactly what it was. But I think you're on the right track with the weapon
Bomb.
being illegal. They shipped out brass knuckles,
Brass
Whoa.
knuckles.
and then realized you cannot send those.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
At what point does it become like if you're just making them from scratch? At what point do we have like plausible deniability that you made brass knuckles? Like if you glue them down to a piece of wood, can you get away with it?
Ship of Theseus.
Also,
Rebuild.
if they're asking them to send them back, aren't they also just mailing them again?
Right? They'd be asking them to commit.
Yeah,
a
double
crime.
Yeah.
Get me
double
in
brass.
trouble.
Yeah, you can't sue us because you committed the same crime. That's law.
Ah,
I think AJ's right. Like if I just have 4 rings that I
Yeah.
want to connect together, so it's harder for me to lose my rings. Are those considered brass knuckles?
at what point does that become brass knuckles?
What if I have-
glue 2 out of the 4?
A set of rings that has something on the front of it and it says Mo money, but then I have another one on the other side that says Mo problems.
Hmm.
Is that allowed?
Can I
think
have
that's
2
okay.
that just say Mo money?
Yeah,
you
Mo
just
money,
have the
Mo
one
money.
that says Mo money.
I don't think those are brass knuckles. Those are just where is the fine line between brass knuckle and just cool ass rings?
That's
Utility.
A great question.
Yeah. I'm saying for the next time they release a game, you got to game the system, maybe add a little diamond, and then you got a ring.
Wait, could you send? What about if you construct it like you send it in pieces? You can send it, and then you can connect it at home with another separate piece. Is that legal? I
think you could maybe just you send the front half and the back half, then they're back half, and they're just like brass M's or W's. And then you connect them when you receive the second package.
So how many of these brass knuckles did they recover?
No, I don't know the follow up, but maybe next week I can look more into it.
That's fine.
No, we won't care next week.
Yeah, we're good. We'll move past it.
Last question. The jackalope is a mythical North American creature, often depicted as a jackrabbit with pronghorn horns or deer antlers.
Correct. We did
it. That's our show, folks. What in reality is going on with the jackrabbits that inspired this legendary creature?
What's going on
with
them?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of them have a lot of trauma. Bad parenting. Yeah, I mean, think about it. You're in the wild. You don't have a lot to the parents are not really. There are no books.
Got about 60 brothers and sisters.
Yeah, it's really hard to parent. So, I mean, what's going on with them is really what you're seeing in society a lot today, which is people that are just. We have a lot of trauma. There's a lot going on in the world. The health services are not great. It's very expensive if you're in the U.S. So, yeah, I mean, they're just trying to get by.
Deforestation.
Really tough. Yeah, a lot of roads. Yeah. They don't know what that is. Parents never taught them.
We don't have a lot of cartoon rabbits to look up to anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Roger Rabbit really
Roger Rabbit.
Right, he was like what's the last big rabbit?
Do you live in the world of Who Framed Roger Rabbit? No one has Roger Rabbit as their actual funny rabbit. Yeah, I know, but Bugs Bunny is our Roger Rabbit. We live in the real world, not in the world
I would say
Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I do. Say Officer Judy Hopps is a good...
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, a great rabbit.
And very attractive.
Also, yeah,
right. Come on, guys.
I'm not gonna.
Come on, guys. I was waiting for y'all to agree.
Yeah, I prefer the fox. I think the fox is a little bit sexier.
When she combs her ears back, ooh.
I mean, she really is good at her job too. That's the most attractive.
Yeah.
thing.
No, that's not the best part.
I think
she looks in a dress.
I always thought that little trash can robot from WALL-E was very attractive.
The one that cleans things up.
Oh, Eve is also very attractive.
No seams.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Completely agree. We started this podcast talking about bees making love to women. Now we're trying to figure out what can make love to us.
Was that this episode?
And we just learned that Jerry Seinfeld and Barry BB or whatever his name is, he could have been mailed. So if they were going on vacation or something, would she have
so
mailed?
Much cheaper?
A mail order bee?
Yeah.
She'd take a plane.
Make sure it's first class.
Well, she could have just put them in her. It wouldn't. Are we living in a society where bees and people coexist? Like, would she have to buy a ticket for him on a plane? Or would she just tuck him in like a little apple or something in her pocket, in her cleavage?
I think she should have to buy the plane seat. I don't think it's fair.
No, I agree.
Okay. Could you imagine you're on a plane, just a bunch of bees?
Just one?
No, in this world now we're implying that it's like Zootopia, but...
In this world too, those bees would be expected to be sitting in their seats because you paid for it.
Would there be little bee seats? Beats?
But also imagine it's Christmas time. You accidentally forgot your son at home. So you're trying to get home from France. And you're trying to get a seat on a flight, and they say, sorry, ma'am, all the seats are booked. Yeah. And then you kind of look over onto the plane, and it's just bees.
It's just a hive, like waiting.
Tiny bees in every seat, and like there's room. There's absolutely room.
Sorry, a swarm just bought all the tickets.
We're gonna. This is a situation where they sell all the seats, and then there's another section above where the bees go that looks kind of like a shrunk down version of our airplane.
It's like the Rescuers or something.
It's like the Rescuers is something.
Yeah, Rescuers is something.
Do they get like little flowers for their meals on the plane?
What do bees eat flowers, or do they just move the pollen around?
They move
the pollen.
I mean, if you've watched Bee Movie, it's part of their job. It's not really what they eat. That's the job.
What do they eat? Dead bees? I mean,
according to the movie.
I don't know.
All right. What was the question? The jackalope.
I know the jackalope.
Because they got those big horns. You know, what is going on with the jackrabbits that inspired the jackalopes?
It was actually just a puppet that Dave Coulier made because he was working on a hilarious, very original show called America's Funniest People. And he needed something, and people were like, oh my gosh, is this real? But it turns out it was just a creation of Dave Coulier's.
What did the puppet sound like again?
It probably sounded like Woody the Woodchuck.
Wood?
Wood? That was like all I remember him saying.
That's all he would say?
Did somebody say?
What?
What?
Yeah,
Whatever.
what?
Yeah. Cut it out.
So the rabbit, he put horns on it.
I think it's just a rabbit that got caught in a bush.
The little rabbit got a little fucked up.
Got some twigs.
The original Grinch story, Max was a rabbit.
Oh.
And so he took the one reindeer horn and he just wrapped it around the rabbit's head to pull the sleigh down there.
And as we all know, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, written by Dr. Seuss, who also wrote Cat
America's
in
Funniest
the Hat.
People.
And American history.
From
yes.
every episode of
America's
America's Funniest People.
I think I
Isn't
know
it a
the
fungus. Don't they have like isn't it a weird parasite that they get that causes them to actually grow horns, but they're zombie rabbits? What were you going to say?
I
What
mean,
were you gonna
I
say?
had a real answer, maybe. I think that what it was is to sell like taxidermied animals, the guys would just combine stuff together so that they could sell rare, weird creatures at like a roadside attraction, or at roadside attractions where it's like, we have the bearded fish. They would just make shit up so that they could get people into their weird little...
Behold, the eating honeybee.
Wait, why was I being pointed at?
I met a taxidermied marmot recently.
You met?
Yeah,
What do you mean you met?
I met him.
Doesn't have to be reciprocal? The marmot was not alive.
She met the taxidermied marmot. She didn't say she and a marmot met. She said if I'm a marmot and I met, then I would say no.
Could I say I met this microphone?
You can't. No,
Yeah.
you can't meet. You can't meet dead things. You can only encounter them.
Unless it's a ghost and it has intelligence about it. So if it has a level of intelligence,
But I think even ghosts are echoes of things that you can't really.
well, not a residual haunting, an intelligent haunting,
All right.
right? Is that what Dan Aykroyd would say? Not a residual haunting, an intelligent haunting. Has to be something that can communicate back with a living life.
James was pretty on it. Cancerous tumors created by the Shope papillomavirus.
Mhm.
Oh, a tumor. It's a tumor.
Yes. It is a tumor, Zach. I would
Wow.
say this
It's
is
a
the one
tumor.
time. It is a tumor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. Huh.
Well, that's it.
That's it for our show.
Wow.
I hope that you
Who
learned something.
won the awards? We always talk about these awards. We argue about the awards. We never give them out.
I think Piggy of the podcast goes to James.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think James did a good job.
The James Willems Beef Boy Award for American
Excellence
Comedy
in American
Excellence.
humor and satire. Who gets that one?
I think Zach gets it for
Zach.
trying to say the name.
No,
Just the excellence of
I
beef.
think AJ gets that.
No, we could share it.
that drop was pretty.
That was pretty great.
wasn't even an answer though.
I don't
He
even
just
know. I
said
don't
what he
remember what
wanted
I'm
to
saying.
hear.
You blacked out when
I
you said it.
totally did.
Yeah. The spirit took over.
Yeah. Oh, the spirit of Barry B. Berenson. Where is my body?
And you know what kind of action that guy gets because you were voicing him since you were 13.
13 years
I
old.
voice
Yeah.
him now though.
Yeah, that's true.
They updated the IMDb.
has been updated
Imagine
for
what a
you.
good lover a bee would be because they buzz.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They be buzzing all day. Yeah.
Why are you staring at me when you're saying both of you?
Because
Okay.
you're the answer master. You're the answer
I
master.
guess, yeah, that's correct.
Thank you, Elyse.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Elyse.
everyone. We'd like to
Appreciate
thank our Patreon
it. Hey,
members.
can I talk about my shirt?
Sure.
Great.
Oh yeah, you wanted to open the show with that.
I was like, should I wear my shirt because we could talk about it on the show? And then we recorded 2 episodes and didn't talk about it at all.
Yeah. It's
So I got this
official.
awesome Hawaiian shirt on. If you're listening to it, I'll try and describe it. It's a orange Hawaiian shirt, button up, slick material. I'm not sure what it is.
polyester.
It's polyester, but you'll notice amongst the leaves, there's some familiar faces. And it's because it's Elyse and myself riding horses from the time we were in Costa Rica. It was a gift from my mom.
That's incredible.
And so, but you don't see it at first. It's a little
I didn't
Easter egg.
notice it when you were like, notice anything different? I was like, nope.
It's a little Easter egg if I was pelted by Easter eggs. That's how it looks. But yeah, so I just decided to wear it for the show so we could talk about it. And then we managed to do 2 episodes without ever needing to bring it up.
I mean, let's just put this part at the beginning of the podcast. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
talking
will
about
really
the B movie.
Let's start out with something real funny, like the description of a shirt.
Did you have
It's got
headphones?
buttons.
I just realized you have headphones on.
Yeah, they've been there the
They
whole
were there the
time.
whole
I
time.
don't know what.
You look like a DJ.
Yeah. You look like Paris Hilton.
Nobody told me this before.
You look like Paris Hilton.
The
Thank
good
you.
thing about that shirt, James, is that if people are listening or watching through the Patreon, they can see the shirt because we
That's
usually
true.
post video episodes exclusively to the Patreon.
That's true. If you want to see the full video episode, it's on Patreon.
Yeah.
You know what's cool about Paris Hilton? She was in the Cat in the Hat movie starring Mike Myers.
Oh my God,
You
we're
remember?
trying to put over the
We're
Patreon.
trying to end the episode.
Do you know what's really cool about Paris Hilton is when the Cat in the Hat goes to that club, Paris Hilton's there.
Elyse, tell us about the Patreon,
AJ
please.
told us he needed to leave, but he's making this go
Please.
longer.
This is my way of
he's in
ending
his
it.
own thing. You got
Yeah.
to cut him off. You got to move along.
Patreon.com answer for it is where you can support the show, get bonus content, get other weird stuff. We did this thing called A-Holes on B-Rolls that we put up
Oh,
there.
Oh, yeah.
That
We
you
didn't
can
even mention that.
check out. It's us kind of riffing like MST3K on old B-roll. It's strange.
I wasn't involved.
Zach's
No.
not part of
involved.
it.
Well, we
We
just kind of did it organically because we
Yeah.
were actually watching B-roll around Christmas and we were really entertained by it. And then Elyse forced microphones into our hands.
Yeah. So go check that out. People have left some comments on that on Patreon, but we have
Yeah.
other episodes. If anyone wants to see it,
More
we'd like
of
to
this.
share
Yeah.
them and make more. So,
Buffoonery.
but
Big
yeah,
thank you to the splendid daddies who make the world go round for us. Jesus Christ, pseudonym Doomfeather, Adam R. Savage, Tina Narvaez Jr., Uncle Marcus, and Evan M. Thank you so much. And shout out to Sierra Snyder, who is our Mike Myers admirer, Matt Mertzluft, Piggy of the podcast, JTest39, Candy Drawer Taste Tester. We appreciate you all.
thanks everybody. Appreciate you.
Couldn't do the show without you.
But we could.
We could do it. I mean, we could do it.
We
but
wouldn't
right.
do,
could.
We
wouldn't
could do
I
the
want them to
show.
know we don't
We
need
would
them.
not do it.
We
without
like
you.
them. We like them and we
No.
appreciate them.
We need you. We need you desperately. And if we didn't have you, you know,
We'd be doing this podcast from under a bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Oh, gosh,
I feel the way about this podcast the way the cousin is or the nephew in a Christmas Carol. He goes, "It hasn't put a penny in my pocket or made me none the richer, but I do it because I love it. And a Merry Christmas to you, Uncle Scrooge.
but
That's because I do it because of the cheer of the year, I
but
say."
the Patreon is putting the pennies in our pockets.
Yeah.
So
Where
that would
are they?
That'd be like
Well, someday we'll get the payout from the Patreon. And
Okay.
that would be
But right
like
now I do it for
Santa
the
Claus
cheer.
being like, oh yeah, if you were a mall Santa Claus and that was your job, and you were like, it's all about the Christmas spirit. It's like, no, you get paid for this.
Are you saying Santa Claus gets paid?
Santa, yeah,
Yeah, it's for profit. For profit, for sure.
Christmas is all
who
commercial.
pays him?
Me. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Weird episode.
Answer For It is an Airwave Media podcast.